Tell me everything I need to know about what you're doing here. It looks great.
Well, what we're doing today is we're raising money to support school children in Nepal, and we're currently supporting these 6 students. One is in the 9th grade, 8th grade, 2 7th graders, a 5th grader, and a 2nd grader.
Wonderful.
And school in Nepal, schools is a lot different than it is here, because here in the States, our taxes pay for it. And in Nepal, every family has to pay for every child. So the reason we're focusing on education is to break the chain of human trafficking, because each year 10,000 children, mostly girls, are trafficked into India, and most of those girls are forced into the sex industry. So by keeping the girls in school, we break that chain not only for them but for their children, because girls in that situation tend to have children at a much earlier age, around 17, 16, 18, and because they don't have any education, they don't have any job training, their kids are much more likely to get caught in that cycle too. And then another facet that a lot of people don't talk about to that is that if the parents are not very often not doing very well economically in the first place, they're probably not going to be able to save for their retirement, because there isn't a pension system. There's not a stock market. There's not a lot of fallbacks that we have here in the United States. And a lot of the Asian culture is the children taking care of the parents when the parents become older and they can't take care of themselves. So if a child doesn't have any education, she's not going to be able to take care of her parents either when that happens. So it affects, each time that happens, it's not just that single generation, it's 3 generations. You kind of get bookended. So to break that cycle, we're creating a reason for the parents to keep their kid in school. And so what we're doing today, we've partnered with some really great organizations today, like the Texas Ballet Theater, the AT&T Performing Arts Center, and we're raffling tickets to Swan Lake. We're raffling tickets to Titus Performance, Body Wraps. We're partnering with a bunch of different organizations, local businesses here in Dallas. And we're a brand new organization. The name of the organization is Riggin Home and Respite, and Riggin stands for Resolving Issues of Grief and Grievance in Nepal. And our chairman, Manoj, he's originally from Nepal, which is what started this. And I lived in South Korea for 5 years. I went as a English teacher, and then after 2.5 years, I was a writer, actor, and photographer in South Korea. And this is our secretary, Regina. So all of us, in one way or another, have an integral, intimate, first-hand experience with Asian culture. Because her ex-husband was Chinese, he's from Nepal, and I lived in Korea. So we have an understanding of it. It's not somebody looking from the outside looking in and just reading a bunch of papers and reading articles and saying, oh, we got to solve this. We all have lived in that environment. We all have interacted, understand that culture, and we interacted with on a daily basis. And like human trafficking itself, 27 million people a year get caught up into that. And our eventual goal is to build a school, have a boarding rooms, administrative buildings, and build a school in Nepal. But we are so new because we just started 3 months ago, the day after this past Lunar New Year, because we really try to go by the Asian holidays to kind of get, because the Asian holidays are so much different timing-wise than the American holidays that I like it more, because when I was living in South Korea, they made the Asian holidays made much more sense. The holidays here, they just feel so contrived, and it's just like a random date. So, but what we're doing is, we're members of GADAC, which is why we're here, and we're really trying to help as many students as we can. We're having to, we're starting out small, but we're doing things in a way that will lead to bigger and bigger things, and we're planning some things for October, and we're getting as many people involved as we can.
Well, I see 6 kids up there. I don't say that's very small.
That's our start right there. That's our start.
Great.
You know, it's the Meadows group. The story of the starfish is really applicable to this, because in the story of the starfish, have you heard that story?
Yeah.
The starfish? Do you know it? Yeah, tell us the story.
Then you tell. Okay. We started that from like 6 kids, maybe 6 from now, 60, 600. It's just the beginning. So we're just trying to help the kids with your support. Thank you.
And with the starfish, there's this small boy, like 6 years old, was walking along the beach one day, and there's all these starfish washed up on the beach, and they have no way of getting back in once the tide is out. So after a couple hours, they're going to die. And there's thousands of starfish, and this boy is picking up the starfish and flinging it back into the ocean so it can survive. And he's just, one at a time, and he's just picking up, putting it back in. And this older gentleman sees him, and he comes up to him and says, "What are you doing?" And the little boy says, "Well, I'm putting the starfish back in the ocean." And the man looks around, and he's like, "You're never going to get all the starfish. You're never going to do it." And he's like, "You're not going to make a difference." And the little boy says, "But it will to that one starfish." So that's a lot of what we're doing. Even though we're starting small, this is where we start. And this, because you help one generation out, and that will affect the next generation, and that'll affect the generation above it. You start with a pebble of sand, and it grows into a rock.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.